Hey guys, it's Will here with the Motor Spirit EG6, back again for another episode. Just got back from Japan. If you haven't seen my last episode about Japan, have a look at that. Not the greatest of video editing and all that, but I had a really good time at least. So yeah, back with the car, and it's a bit of despair for me once again, I'm afraid to say. So we took the car to Cadwell Park for a track day. I was hoping to get a good bit of testing done to confirm that we had fixed the misfire. And it's back. Well, it's not back, it never fucking left, did it? So the misfire's still here, exactly the same symptoms, you know, as soon as the engine gets hot and like actually up to properly temps hot. So I can do about 3 to 4 laps without any issues, and then as soon as the engine gets hot, that's when the misfire comes back. So yeah, so I'm scratching my head, more like pulling my hair out. I haven't got much left to pull out, so I need to be quick about this. Trying to fix this car because we're racing at Rockingham in 2 weeks' time, less than 2 weeks' time. In fact, I've got about a week because I need to be at Rockingham next Thursday for another track session to hopefully test the car. So I've been putting out a lot of feelers with people who I'm hoping can give me some ideas, and I've had a lot of different ideas that I can try, so thank you very much to everyone who's given me some advice, be it on Facebook or just through people that I know. So yeah, a few different things I'm going to try out. Basically, Wednesday I'm going to go and pick up a brand new Dizzy. We'll get rid of the external coil. The problem is, right, obviously a lot's changed on the car, but the fault remains. However, the fault obviously went away last year for Rockingham, and also for the Burkett Relay, where the car was absolutely faultless and had blistering pace. So the problem is I'm trying to work out, is it a completely unrelated issue but with the same symptoms, or it is the same issue that's somehow come back even though we kind of nipped it before? Either way, well, if it's the same issue, then I need to look at what hasn't changed on the car. And the only things that haven't changed is the distributor, the wiring loom, the VTEC solenoid, and that is literally it. Obviously, if it's a completely unrelated issue but the same symptoms, then I pretty much need to go through the whole lot again. So, yeah, that's stuff that I'm going to deal with this week, and I'll keep you up to date with it, but I'm really, Fred, you know, quite frankly, I'm completely falling out of love with this car at the moment because it's just, I mean, you look back through the episodes that, you know, since I started this vlog, if you like, and this issue has been there since day one, since I first started racing. You know, that this issue's been there, and I've literally had 2 races, one at Rockers and Silverstone at the Burkett Relay, where the car's been okay. And that's, you know, out of all the races that I've entered, that's an enormous amount of money. You know, these races are £300 entry, and that's if I only enter 1 race that weekend. 2 races, £600 or more. And it's just been an insane amount of money trying to fix this car and race, you know, and it's all been for nothing really, because I'm still chasing this fault around. I don't want to say it, but you know, if we don't get this car sorted by Rockingham, I'm probably going to look at breaking up this car and starting again with something else. Or I really don't want to do it, but maybe just completely wiping out this engine, as good as it is when it works, and just doing a K-swap and just trying to, I don't know, I need to have a good think about it, but something is clearly wrong somewhere in this car, and short of replacing everything, which I might do, you know, there's a guy who has offered to help rewiring the entire car, and he looks, you know, his services look amazing. He's rewired a lot of Civic Cup cars, something I'd really like to get done anyway, just have a nice clean wiring thing. Anyway, I'm chatting shit, to be honest, but to lift my spirits this today, until I can pick up the new bits of distributor and temperature sensors, things like that, things that I'm going to change to try and fix this misfire. I'm going to do a few things, a few feel-good jobs. So well, as feel good as they can be. So today we're going to get rid of the half width radiator. We'll put in a full width rad, just because I've got it. And maybe today, in fact, yeah, we should be able to start today. I've got an S2000 cluster set of clocks that we can put into the dash, just for some scene points, really. Yeah, so a few things just to make me feel better about the car and hopefully raise my spirits a little bit, because I'm a bit sad at the moment. So yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, that's the radiator out, so, oh, there she is. You can see where the opening in the bumper has battered it a little bit, but it's never caused me any leaks or issues. Yeah, it's done alright. I think it's probably worth putting in a bit of mesh in the grill of the bumper, just to try and help that a little bit. So, move the oil cooler out of the way. We've got a nice bit of space there for the radiator. I'm going to slot it in now just to make sure that it's actually going to go in there. But one thing I'm definitely going to have to do is cut out these three mounts, probably move this one across to here, and then these two will either completely go, or I can weld them in forward. So I'm going to have to mount the oil cooler in front of the radiator in this space here. Hopefully this isn't going to get in the way too much, but we'll see. I can get rid of that if needs be. So let's get on with that. I thought I just recorded a really good segment of some cutting with my new tool, but I didn't press record, so sorry about that. But highly recommend a multi-tool, whether you go Makita or every brand, but you can put loads of different types of blades on, sanding discs and all sorts, but it's just the versatility of using this as opposed to an angle grinder which has sparks flying everywhere. This just trims its way through. You know, you get the metal shavings, but there's no sparks. Nice and clean, and it just lopped off them three brackets that I needed out of the way like a knife through butter. Okay, so that's it in its, well, it's not in its position, which is a little bit annoying. So the standard mount there means the radiator is just a bit too far over on the right hand side of the car, so I'm going to have to cut that mount off as well. We'll get the rads centered and then we'll weld them back in, I guess. That's the radiator mounts relocated and welded up. Going to give them a lick of paint now, and then we can move on to relocating the oil cooler to the front. Right, that's the radiator in. As usual, it took me a lot longer than expected. Yeah, so I just had to make up these brackets, and yeah, just get it all lined up really, but it's in. It's pretty thick, to be honest. It's almost a bit, I mean, if you look at the original one, you know, that's probably 2.5 inch thick, and that bad boy's a good inch, you know, well, it's probably 3 inches thick, so, and twice the width, so we're going to be carrying a lot more water on board, which is good. So the only thing left to do now is to fill it up, try and bleed it out as best I can. That'll be job done, hopefully no leaks. Alright, that's me done for today. Radiator's in and bled. I think you've seen it all already anyway. Yeah, so that took all day, which was longer than expected, as always. Yeah, tomorrow we'll have a go at the S2000 gauges cluster thing. Also need to do the rear wheel studs, put the longer studs on. And that'll probably do me for tomorrow. And then Wednesday I'm going to go and buy a brand new distributor, new leads, a few sensors, and pray that we can sort this misfire out. I'm also going to add a couple of extra earth to the engine just in case it's something stupid like that. Yeah, but we'll deal with that when we come to it. Man, my words are not working today. Right, okay. Thank you guys for watching again. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Got a new radiator in the car. And look forward to the next few episodes. Hope you're doing some interesting stuff. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, all the eggs going in the bin, we can fix this misfire before next week. Alright guys, thanks very much. Don't forget to look at our Facebook page, Team Motor Spirit, and subscribe if you've not seen us before. Speak to you later. Bye bye.